Hi guys! So today we're in yet another new spot. I would film over on the other side of my room at my antique cabinet like I usually do, but I kind of wanted to switch it up. This is my fish. His name's Kaz, as in Caspian, as in the sea. He's hiding all of a sudden, but you'll see him swimming around back there. If you want to see me get him, I'll leave that link right up here and down below. But I originally got him so that he could be kind of like in the background, just chilling. So that's what we're doing. This is kind of my alternative filming space. So it's been a hot minute since the last time we did more of a touchy-feelsy video, and I honestly enjoy them. They don't do as well on this channel, but I enjoy making them just because I feel like when there's somebody else like talking about things that you relate to, it's easier to like digest those things that you're dealing with. And then I also feel like it's good to kind of talk about it and normalize it so that people who aren't going through it can maybe understand their friends and family better when like all this stuff is happening. So this is yet another video about my pixie cut. I've done like 3 in the past month and a half. But you know, they're all slightly different. So we already did me actually getting it cut. Then we did people's reactions to me getting my hair cut. And today we're gonna do why. Why did you decide to cut off all of your long, beautiful hair to get a pixie cut? Well, first of all, my hair's been the same for my entire life, and I ultimately just needed like a major change, and the most convenient way for me would be to cut off all my hair. Secondly, I liked the pixie cut style for a long time. I can remember being like 12, 13, 14, and I would like redraw like Disney villains and stuff. And I did this Ursula, and I had her have like the really short sides and the long like pointed bangs, and it was so I went through a phase where I was like drawing everybody with pixie cuts, but I was like, I can't do that, I'm gonna look so bad. But I think I look pretty fine, so. But then there's also the whole like mental health aspect. Not everybody who cuts their hair does so because of their mental health, but mine definitely played a little bit of a role. One of my big like triggers for my anxiety is the heat and the summer. So for the past like 5 years, I always kind of dread summer and dread the heat, and I try not to do much. I try not to go outside too much because I know that if I go outside and I have no way to like quickly get cool again as like a backup, the probability of me having another anxiety attack is fairly high. And we're still unsure if it's like the heat triggers my anxiety or I'll get anxious, and then from me getting so anxious, like my body temperature rises, and then in the summer when the outside temperature and my inside temperature is really hot, it just kind of makes me melt like a witch in water. So definitely cutting off so much hair is less weight on my head, and it's not touching me or in any way and like trapping heat in, which is awesome, and that definitely helps me out a lot. I can remember being like 8th grade, the summer between like 8th and freshman year or something, maybe it was 7th and 8th, and I went to the bathroom one summer and I like got a razor, like I'm gonna shave my legs razor, and I'm just like, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, and I was like so wanting to just shave my head with this razor. Thankfully I didn't. I just got it cut 4 years later. But like that's always been a big problem for me, and this has definitely helped with that a lot. One other thing, you may have noticed I started this channel in late October of last year, so it hasn't even been a year yet. And from that point on is when I started wearing my hair up in buns like all the time. Like if you've been here for a while and you've watched all my videos and you like keep track of how many times my hair's in a messy bun, it's a lot. I used to only wear them in the summer just to keep the hair out of my face, hair off my neck, to stay cool. But then it got to a point where like that was my go-to, and my go-to had always been like just leaving my hair long. And it's kind of like, so what, your hair's long, like you want to put it up in a bun, people do that all the time. But for me it was because my depression would kick in, and like I would go days without washing my hair, days without brushing my hair, and so it's like my hair's greasy and I haven't brushed it in 3 days. I can't leave it down, it has to go up type thing. And I would just keep leaving it up until it got so gross that I couldn't stand it, and then I would wash it. And I know you're thinking like, that's nasty, what the heck, girl, what you doing? What are you doing to yourself? And I was thinking the same thing. It's just I couldn't like be bothered to wash or brush my hair or take care of my hair in any way, shape, or form. You know, that I like dyed my hair and bleached my hair and everything. That was like almost therapeutic in a way, because I just liked having that constant like need for change to help deal with everything that was going on in my head. So I was able to kind of like express myself through that. So that was really nice. I'm going to be bleaching and dyeing my hair again in the next week or so. So stay tuned for a video on that. But I would go through the day thinking like, oh yeah, like I would take my hair out of the bun, I would go take a shower, and globs of hair, like I would pull out so many globs of hair. I'm just like, oh yeah, this is normal, it's just like a little bit of breakage because I bleached my hair, or this is just hair that's naturally shedding and I like haven't been brushing it, so there's just a lot of it and it's all coming out at once because it hasn't been coming out when I brush it. Or like my hair's been up for so long that there's like tension and there's breakage and it's fine and it's normal. So this went on for a few months of like pulling out globs of hair every time I would shower and wash my hair, or like when I would brush my hair, like so much would come out on the brush. And I just kind of thought it was normal up until I did cut my hair, and then I was finally able to like accept the fact that I was becoming so stressed and so anxious that my body was like rejecting my hair. Like my hair was falling out because my stress level and my anxiety were so high. And with so much hair, you need to be really committed to your hair to have it so long. I have never really cared, but I've always had the long hair, so I was able to like adapt to that, and like my daily routine that I deal with it just like works. But if you want to do like a hairstyle, I have never been good with hair. I was never able to do very many hairstyles because like it would panic me, because it's just so much hair and it's so overwhelming that like I don't know where to start, I don't know where to finish, like it's all tangled up in my hands, and that would cause me to panic, which would cause me to sweat and like cause me to heat up. I think the final tipping point was I had long hair for prom, and I had my sister help me. She did like a French braid and then did like a low like braided bun or something. And it was super nice of her, and I'm super thankful that she was able to help me out with that. It turned out great, but the entire time she was braiding my hair and it was taking so long, and just like people touching my hair when it was long, like it didn't help my anxiety. It would like pique my anxiety. For whatever reason, people like loved it when people mess with their hair, but I was never that way, and I don't know why. Now it's fine. But she would be like doing my hair, and my anxiety level would be like to the point where I was like clammy, I was sweating, my internal body temperature was like blech. And when I get panicked enough, it's like a fight or flight response, and I kind of do both, because I'll be sitting there and she was like doing my hair, so I'm like I'm gonna punch you in the face. If you do it one more time, I'm gonna punch you in the face. I'm gonna punch you in the face. Don't stop. If you don't stop, I'm gonna punch you in the face. I'm going to. And I was like having to like calm myself down. Like, I didn't want to hurt her. I knew she was doing something nice to help me, but it's just the anxiety got so high that it was like, I am going to injure you so that I can run away. That type of thing. I obviously didn't punch her. She finished my hair. I took a few seconds to calm down, a few minutes to calm down, and then it was a fun night. But after that, I realized that like this cycle is not a good cycle, and then it was like May, late May, so I was already panicking because like summer's coming up. What am I gonna do over the summer? My hair's long and it's gross and it's like I can't handle this anymore. So that's when I ended up cutting it all. Since then, yes, I still have anxiety. Yes, I still have depression. Have I washed my hair more often? Yes. Do I brush my hair more often? It's short. I don't really need to brush it, so no. But I definitely style my hair more often, and it's out of my way, and it's definitely like cut down on the amount of like heat that my body is producing. Overall, it's great. Like, honestly, if you are having the same problems with your hair and in the same hair rut, you don't need to go like extreme and like do the sides like that, but just like go get a haircut, get it washed, like where they massage your scalp, but like get your hair cut so there's less of it. That'll help you manage it easier because there's less of it. And then it's also nice to just like get all the dead ends off just to make it a little bit more manageable and feel healthier. I haven't noticed, I mean, I think I have the normal amount of hair loss now, more or less. But I'm not pulling out like globs of my own hair anymore, and it's been a lot better. So that's kind of why I cut my hair. It was somewhat spontaneous. I'd been thinking about it like casually, like, oh, that'd be cool, but I'd never do it for about like a year or so. And then I spent like 3 days just like scrolling through a bunch of YouTube videos of like people cutting their hair, people giving like the pros and cons of cutting their hair and all that kind of stuff. Like 24/7, except for it was only 3 days, so 24/3. And then I texted my mom while she was out of town. I'm like, I'm gonna cut my hair. Here's some pictures. It's gonna happen. And then she's like, whoa, 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 just wait until we get back. And so then she took me, I think, like the next day, and I got my hair cut. I do not regret it. I'm still learning how to style it. This is kind of all I can do with it right now, besides just letting it air dry and kind of leaving it like floppy and poofy over there. So, yeah. If you enjoy these little, like, sit down talking about my feels and my life videos, that's great. Please leave me a comment telling me you like them, because I do feel like it's helpful for some people and boring for others, and I would like to know if it's helping you at all, whether it's with your own problems or helping you understand other people's problems. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below to stay up to date with all of my content. A little break here. I'm wanting to continue with like the mental health chats thing that I started a bit ago. I kind of got off track, but I'm wanting to turn it into almost like bringing other people in and like interviewing them, just to get a broader range of experiences and different things like that. If you're interested in that or interested in seeing that, just like please let me know, because otherwise I'm never going to reach out to people and ask them to be on here. And I think that would be kind of cool, you know? Also, thinking about calling it Growing Pains instead of Mental Health Chats, just because I like the name Growing Pains, because we're all adolescents here. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Bye guys.